Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Monday Night Raw, and change is among us here in Royal Oak, Michigan, and guess who is in the building tonight? The 16-time world champion, two-time Hall of Famer, considered the greatest of all time, Ric Flair. And we haven't seen Ric Flair around the annals of Monday Night Raw in years. And Ric Flair, what is Ric Flair doing here on Monday Night Raw? You heard Vince McMahon. If you haven't seen the video, check the channel. Vince McMahon's big announcement following the Survivor Series, following the closure of the Black and Gold brand, NXT. Where will the NXT superstars head following the Survivor Series? And the states of both Monday Night Raw and SmackDown Live. New logo, new graphics, but same feel, same attitude. As Ric Flair has a microphone. And Ric Flair has taken the place of Eric Bischoff, who, well, reportedly had a hard time following Raw's loss to SmackDown Live at the Survivor Series. And he's taking a paid leave, taking a few weeks off from Monday Night Raw, from being a general manager. But this man right here, Finn Balor, he was sure as hell the talk of the town. He was the talk of Survivor Series, one of the few that were the talk of Survivor Series. You can add Baron Corbin, you could add The Undertaker to that list, but Finn Balor is on the top of that list after what he had done to Dean Ambrose last night at the Survivor Series. He drilled Dean Ambrose's skull into that wooden panel, and ladies and gentlemen, we have an unknown. We don't know Dean Ambrose's condition following that spot, following his head being drilled into the wood. But all we know is that Dean Ambrose is not in the building, and Dean Ambrose is certainly not able to compete. As Finn Balor, the Universal Champion, smiling from ear to ear, and you know Gallows and Anderson are right behind him. And Ric Flair, he pulls the big gold belt from out of nowhere and he hands it to Finn Balor and tells Balor to be a legend. And will Finn Balor become a legend? Certainly. He's on the top of it. And wait a minute! One of the three men that Finn Balor went one-on-one against at Survivor Series. It's Roman Reigns, and I think Roman Reigns is gonna take issue with this. He's gonna take issue with Ric Flair handing Finn Balor that World Heavyweight Championship. And Roman Reigns, former Universal Champion, he was the former World Champion of Raw, but what a shocking revelation here to kick off Raw. Ric Flair replacing Eric Bischoff as temporary general manager, the interim general manager, as well as handing Finn Balor that World Heavyweight Championship. And Ric Flair standing right in front of Roman Reigns. Roman, you better be careful. He has no backup. We don't know where Seth Rollins is. We don't know where Ambrose is. Well, it's official, ladies and gentlemen. It'll be Roman Reigns going one-on-one with, well, the heavy of the Bullet Club. And wait a minute, a spear by Roman Reigns. Spear by Reigns. And Reigns knows. He knows Giles and Anderson are right behind Balor, chasing Roman Reigns out of the arena. And Roman Reigns gets one over on the Bullet Club. And ladies and gentlemen, just announced by Ric Flair, it'll be Roman Reigns taking on the Big Show in the main event of Monday Night Raw. And it's a huge night, ladies and gentlemen, as well as the Raw Tag Team Champions, The Miz and Daniel Bryan, will defend those titles against Gallows and Anderson, the men we just saw chase Roman Reigns out the building. And that is later tonight. Raw Tag Team titles on the line here on Monday Night Raw. New look, new feel, same attitude. And it's Monday Night Raw. And to kick off the first match of the night is going to be Akira Tozawa. And Akira Tozawa has been trying to get his foot in the door here on Monday Night Raw. He's been on Raw for a couple of months now, but hasn't really made a splash. Hasn't really made an impact. And, well, it's a new feel, it's a new logo, new graphics. It's a fresh start for some guys, especially guys that came from NXT. There will be everyone that was on the NXT roster is a free agent. They can move to SmackDown or Raw if you are a male NXT superstar. And just what I was speaking of. Male NXT superstars are able to negotiate with Raw and SmackDown. And it is Bobby Roode. The glorious Bobby Roode with a glorious new look. And Robert Roode, well, I think Bobby Roode is really taking the change to heart here. The guy changed his name. He changed his, facial hair. He has a mustache now. And Robert Roode, not Bobby Roode, Robert Roode, the glorious Robert Roode makes his debut here on the Red Brand. The night after the Survivor Series, change was upon us following Survivor Series from the head of the board, from the chairman of the board, Vince McMahon. And Robert Roode is the first man, from NXT to move to a brand. We know Pete Dunne, the United Kingdom Champion, is an exclusive SmackDown wrestler due to the United Kingdom Championship being the counterpart to Raw's Television Championship now. The NXT Champion Ricochet, we don't know where he'll go. The NXT Tag Team Champions, the Authors of Pain, we don't know where they'll go. And Asuka, the NXT Women's Champion, she is set for a collision course with the Women's Champion Charlotte Flair at Clash of the Champions. The first confirmed match for Clash of Champions in Boston. It'll be NXT Women's Champion Asuka versus WWE Women's Champion Charlotte Flair in a unification match. WWE in this universe mode is changing as we get set for Akira Tozawa taking on Robert Roode here. Robert Roode taking the change to heart, like I said earlier. Changed his name, changed his look. As Robert Roode, collar and elbow tie-up, pushes the smaller Akira Tozawa to the ropes. Oh, and a slap by Tozawa. And Tozawa might have a new attitude as well. But what a clothesline by Roode. Still has the same attitude. Does Bobby Roode. He just almost knocked his head off. Did Robert Roode. And now Robert Roode in control of this match. Has Akira Tozawa mounted in the first 50 seconds of this contest. And a slap by Robert Roode. And last time we saw Robert Roode, he was Bobby Roode, and he was defeated by Ricochet in the NXT Championship final. And Ricochet, he went on to beat Jinder Mahal through the NXT Championship. at TakeOver New Orleans. If you haven't seen New Orleans, if you haven't seen Survivor Series, the replays are on the channel on demand here as Bobby Roode is delivering those sickening knife-edge chops to the ample chest of Akira Tozawa. And now Tozawa, he sure as hell knows how to fight. He sure as hell, is a striker. And the single knee to the dome of Bobby Roode. And instead of celebrating, if I was Akira Tozawa, I would continue the onslaught. And that's exactly what Tozawa is going to do between the legs and the Hurricane Rana. Agility by Akira Tozawa flowing here in Royal Oak. And now, wait a minute. Tozawa saying no. Oh, Tozawa over the top. And he psyched Bobby Roode out. And I don't think Bobby Roode liked that one bit. And you see Akira Tozawa ever, this showman. As Tozawa trying to get his foot in the door here on Monday Night Raw, as well as Bobby Roode. Bobby Roode's first match here on Monday Night Raw. He's going against the man who's been on the roster for a couple of months now. And Akira Tozawa, what a front drop kick. Bobby Roode rolling under the bottom rope, gonna take a breather. Clash of the Champions is upon us following the Survivor Series, and what a forearm by Robert Roode. And I might call him Bobby a couple of times during this match because I have to get used to the change. As Robert Roode with a beautiful butterfly suplex, he sent Akira Tozawa across the ring, and and you just heard the blockbuster main event. What a battle of the Titans it'll be in our main event as Big Show, the heavy of the Bullet Club, the bodyguard of Finn Balor, Gallows, and Anderson, the man who helped the Bullet Club take down the Shield last night. And wait a minute, Akira Tozawa rolls him up. He rolled up Roode. Is it over? No, it's not. Big Show helped the Bullet Club take out the Shield, and he's going to be helping the Bullet Club, helping Finn Balor at least. Try to take down Roman Reigns and cross Reigns' name off that list for the #1 contendership. As Bobby Roode with the fist of right hands, and you know both of these guys, they want to be champion. Especially Robert Roode definitely wants to become a world champion. He's had his desires of becoming a world champion on NXT. And another slap to the face, and this may be the environment that Bobby Roode needs, that Robert Roode needs. A new environment, a new atmosphere, and what a spine buster. Spine buster rocks Tozawa. And wait a minute. Bobby Roode saying, I'm not done with Akira Tozawa. I'm just going to continuing the mounted punches, the mounted strikes. Another slap to the face, and oh my God, again. And you know Robert Roode, he's just expressing the anger and the frustration of not being on TakeOver, or not being in the NXT Championship match. And wait a minute, Tozawa now leaps. He leaps from the mat, and a side kick catches Bobby Roode. Robert Roode, I keep messing it up, guys, as Akira Tozawa, my God. What a tornado enziguri by Akira Tozawa. Shoulders are down, Robert Roode in trouble, and a kick out though. Robert Roode survives. And now Tozawa gonna mount the turnbuckle high rent district here. Senton, no, the knees were bent. Robert Roode bent the knees. Robert Roode bent the knees and the spine buster. Big spine buster by Robert Roode. And now hooks him in, reels him in. And Robert Roode, glorious DDT. You can count to 30, you can count to 50, you can count to 100, because Robert Roode is the winner of this contest. And Robert Roode is successful on his first night on Monday Night Raw, the new and improved Monday Night Raw. And look at the DDT by Robert Roode. And wait a minute, no celebration. No celebration from Robert Roode. Is usually a big celebration when he wins. He has a microphone in his hand. And Robert Roode, he vows to make Monday Night Raw glorious. And what a showing by Bobby Roode. And we will see a lot of Robert Roode. I keep messing it up again, but we'll see a lot of Robert Roode on Monday nights. Well, Braun Strowman, he said he respects Shinsuke Nakamura, but it doesn't mean I like him. And that is going to be a hell of a match for Clash of the Champions, as Gallows and Anderson make their way to the ring. And speaking of champions, this match is for the Raw Tag Team titles. And Ric Flair, he said that he was impressed. He was impressed by the Bullet Club's performance. He was a big advocate for the Bullet Club. And now that they've made it to the big leagues Monday Night Raw, now that they took out the big dogs in the Shield, Rollins, Ambrose, and Reigns, put one of them on the shelf, and Dean Ambrose. Yes. Okay, Rick. Okay, Rick. Well, Ric Flair, guys, he's told me to refrain from mentioning. Can I say it one more time? Thank you. Well, Ric Flair has informed me that I will refrain from mentioning Dean Ambrose's name, and this will be the final mention of Dean Ambrose on this program as we get set for a Raw Tag Team Championship match against, well, two dominant singles wrestlers as well as two dominant tag team performers in The Miz and Daniel Bryan. And here comes the A-lister. Here comes the moneymaker. Here comes the one half of the Raw Tag Team Champions, The Miz. And The Miz and Daniel Bryan are set for probably the biggest challenge they have yet. They've beaten almost everybody here on the Raw Tag Team division. The Bar, the B Team, the Ascension. And now The Miz and Daniel Bryan are set for probably the biggest challenges of their tag team run, and it's guys that have been tag team champions all over the world. It's Gallows and Anderson. And you know, Miz, he's really angry. He's pissed off at what happened last night at the Survivor Series. He was eliminated in 30 seconds from an RKO by Randy Orton. And you know, Miz is pissed off. You know, Miz is angry, and he's going to take that anger out on Gallows and Anderson. No Finn Balor at the aid of Gallows and Anderson. No Big Show at the aid as well. It's only Gallows and Anderson, as this crowd at Royal Oak are waiting for the arrival of the American Dragon, of the Yes Man, of the other half of the Raw Tag Team Champions. And it's Daniel Bryan. And you know, Daniel Bryan is very sore after what happened last night at the Survivor Series. Him and Shinsuke Nakamura, well, they survived the Wyatt family. They didn't beat them, but they sure as hell survived them. They fought their asses off until they just couldn't fight anymore because the unit of Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt was just too strong. As Daniel Bryan set to defend the Raw Tag Team Championships alongside The Miz against Gallows and Anderson. And there might be tension in the air between The Miz and Daniel Bryan. Miz was pissed off. Backstage, he stormed the locker room following his elimination. He was blaming Daniel Bryan. He was telling Daniel Bryan, why didn't he tag in? Why didn't he save The Miz from embarrassment, from utter defeat at the Survivor Series? Gallows and Anderson, two guys that have been teaming together for years. Guys that have been a unit, along with Finn Balor, against two guys who were, a makeshift tag team. These guys were put together by Eric Bischoff to increase ratings. As Eric Bischoff would ever say, controversy creates cash. In the words of, the absentee general manager of Monday Night Raw, he's taken a paid leave for a couple of weeks following Raw's defeat at the hands of SmackDown Live at the Survivor Series, as Daniel Bryan, obviously the small man in this exchange against Big Luke Gallows. And now, European uppercut. Another European uppercut by Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan just trying to chop down Big LG. And oh, huge lariat by Luke Gallows. You know this match is going to be. It's going to be one for the ages here on Monday Night Raw. For the Raw Tag Team titles, Daniel Bryan and The Miz defend the belts against Gallows and Anderson. And what a night these two have had. Gallows and Anderson. Oh, what a weekend these guys have had. And oh, clothesline. There goes Daniel Bryan. And now look at this. Anderson wants him to his feet. Anderson wants him to his feet. And look at this. The referee's distracted. Only for Anderson to take Daniel Bryan out. And this is the tag team prowess of the Bullet Club of Gallows and Anderson. Oh, and the big tree trunk knee into the back of Daniel Bryan. You know Daniel Bryan is hurt. Oh, on the outside floor, my goodness. Daniel Bryan might have a broken rib because of that. And you know, Daniel Bryan is definitely not 100% after that match he sustained at the Survivor Series. The Miz may be 100%, but definitely not Daniel Bryan. As Gallows just working Daniel Bryan. Whoa! And a right hand, but what a weekend Gallows and Anderson have had. They teamed with their homie. They teamed with their good brother, Finn Balor, to beat the Shield with the help of the Big Show. I have to add that in. And now Daniel Bryan, right hands, tags in the Miz. And Miz clearly the more fresh man, not only in this contest, but overall. And oh! Kicks to the chest as, you know, both of these guys, all four of these guys, were in hard-hitting contests at the Survivor Series. But Miz, he was eliminated out of that hard-hitting contest in 30 seconds by Randy Orton. And now Miz on the top rope. He's definitely going to show some anger. And oh! What a right hand. You know Gallows' fist is like a brick. It's like a boulder on his arms. They call them hands. And now Anderson's in the match. Double back body drop. And the teamwork is astounding from the Good Brothers. Oh, Anderson, huge kick to the jaw of the Miz. Circling the Miz. And look at that, oh! Senton rib on rib collision. And again, oh! Axe handle. Miz is in big trouble as Anderson just beating his head into the mat. He's beating his head into the mat. And ladies and gentlemen, the main event of the night. Big Show versus Roman Reigns. Two of the biggest guys on Raw squaring off face to face. As now Miz turns him around. What a neck breaker. What a neck breaker by the Miz. And now Miz picks up Anderson. What a right hand. Try to go for another one, but Anderson, he sure as hell knows how to fight. And Anderson, very underrated singles wrestler. He was in the G1 tournament, made it to the final a few years back in Japan. And now, his tag team, as well as a good tag team wrestler, many tag team championship reigns all over the world, especially with that man in the corner right there, Luke Gallows. Gallows is a astounding tag team wrestler as well. And the atomic drop followed up by the big boot, and Miz is in big trouble. And speaking of tag teams, Miz has had a hell of a lot of tag team partners as well as a lot of tag team reigns. At one point, he teamed with John Cena. And there goes the Miz. And the Miz, he's in real big trouble. The repeated tags, frequent tags by Gallows and Anderson, and it's just tag team prowess. It's just the experience as a tag team for many years. And now Anderson, psyched out Miz. He tried to psych him out, and Miz knew it was coming. Miz knew exactly what was coming, and he cuts down Gallows. He's taking on all comers here. Try to go for that knee plus, and it didn't work. Wasn't effective. And wait a minute. No. Oh my God. Power bomb at the edge of the ramp. Head first. with the Miz on the edge of the ramp, and you see Anderson, you better bring him back into the ring. The referee's at a 6 count, damn near 7 count. Back into the ring, and they cannot win the titles off of countouts or DQs. They have to win by pinfall or submission, and that's exactly what Anderson's gonna do. Puts him in a submission, puts him in the Boston Crab, and now Daniel Bryan has to interfere. Has to help out his partner in this match. As Anderson, knife edge chop, and another knife edge chop. And another knife edge chop, this time coming from the Miz, and a big boot, and now Miz is coming back. Miz is coming back now, and now the kneeling kicks. Adopted from Daniel Bryan, his tag team partner, and now Anderson's on the fence, and there goes Anderson. There goes Anderson, and Miz may be mounting a comeback here. And the chop block going right after the knees, and it's strategy from the Miz. You know, Miz is he has a lot of submission moves in his arsenal. The figure 4 leg lock, the sharpshooter. Daniel Bryan is a submission specialist. Likes to call himself that. As Daniel Bryan with a bionic elbow, and this time they're playing dirty. You gotta fight fire with fire when it comes to these guys, Gallows and Anderson. I like to call them crooks. I like to call them frauds. But their in-ring ability is far from that. They're not frauds in that ring, as Miz just slams Anderson's skull into the mat. And Anderson, he is in big trouble. He might need to tag in Gallows. He's been in this match for way too long, as Bryan comes back, and a big boot by Daniel. Big boot by Daniel Bryan. And now Bryan has the arms and just stomping a mud hole into Carl Anderson. Into Machine Gun Carl Anderson. And Daniel Bryan's on fire. These people in Royal Oak, they want Daniel Bryan and The Miz to walk out of here Raw Tag Team Champs. Drop kick by Bryan. Again, Daniel Bryan. And another drop kick. The conditioning of Daniel Bryan is off the charts. As Daniel now, Irish whip into the corner. Huge back elbow by Carl Anderson. And now Anderson on the top. But Bryan, gotta be faster than that, Anderson. And wait a minute. Both of these guys on the top. What a Hurricane Rana by Bryan. What a Hurricane Rana by Daniel Bryan. And now Bryan prevents the tag from happening. And look at the contort. My God. The surfboard stretch. And wait a minute, look at this. Look at the contort on Carl Anderson. He may have to tap, but Gallows, of course, has to get involved. He has to help his teammate. And look at this. Come on now. Gallows getting involved, and Daniel Bryan is just firing him up. It's just firing Daniel Bryan up. And the Yes Movement is going strong here in Royal Oak, Michigan. Daniel hooks him up. Look at the vertical suplex. Vertical suplex with a drop kick right to the back of the head. And that, once again, is the experience as a tag team. And the power bomb. Shoulders are down. Daniel in trouble, and Miz gets involved. Miz saves his partner here. And now Miz, like I said, they're fighting fire with fire. Miz has Anderson. Drills Anderson's skull into the mat. And now Miz wants to tag. But Daniel Bryan, no. Anderson is still alive. And look at Anderson. He sits up. Try to go for a right hand. Daniel Bryan. And another right. Both of these guys are just slugging it out here. Slugfest by both Bryan and Anderson. And there goes Carl Anderson over the top rope. And Daniel. What is Daniel thinking? What a baseball slide. Baseball slide by Daniel Bryan. And look at that. And oh, Gallows trying to get involved. And Daniel Bryan, he's taking on all comers here. And that's what Daniel Bryan's all about. Knee to the temple. The knee to the temple of Anderson. Sees Gallows was approaching him. Daniel Bryan goes back into the ring. They can retain the titles off of a count out. And Bryan, he's getting fired up. Bryan is getting fired up, hurt or not hurt. Anderson now trying to get back into the fray. Trying to get back into the ring. Oh, Bryan brings him down. Bryan brought him down. And it's the knee that the Miz was trying to take out earlier. The heel hook by Bryan. And look at Gallows getting involved. Gallows got involved. And there goes Gallows. There goes Luke Gallows. And now, wait. Miz wants to finish this. Wait a minute. What the hell? What the hell is Miz doing? Miz just kneed Daniel Bryan in the face. What the hell is this? Everyone in this building, including myself, and the Magic Killer. We're lost for words here. New tag team champions. What the hell is up with the Miz? The Miz just drilled Daniel Bryan with his own finishing move. The knee plus. And everyone's lost for words here. The Miz betrays Daniel Bryan. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's confirmed for next week. It'll be Cedric Alexander going one-on-one with Elias. The winner faces Braun Strowman for the Intercontinental title. And you saw Titus O'Neil trying to recruit Cedric Alexander to Titus worldwide. But here comes a man that is known worldwide. It's EC3. And EC3 made his debut last week. He interrupted Andrade Cien Almas, who successfully retained the television title against both Tyler Breeze and Dolph Ziggler in that triple threat match. And he made his grand debut. Did EC3. He stood toe-to-toe with Andrade Cien Almas before leaving the ring, making his presence known here on the Red brand. As EC3, the sharks are large in this ocean, and EC3 is one of them. As we as we continue Monday Night Raw, and ladies and gentlemen, Daniel Bryan needed help out of the building following Miz's betrayal on him in that Raw Tag Team title match. New Raw Tag Team champions, and Gallows and Anderson, despicable acts by the Miz, and I'm getting word right now that the Miz has left the building. He left the building in his ring attire with Maurice. So the Miz, he's not here anymore. He's not in the building. Something just snapped in the Miz, but we have to switch gears as EC3 is set to have a little intervention with the WWE Universe. Definitely worldwide is EC3. EC3, the son of a very, very rich investor. Very rich businessman is EC3. And Andrade is not in the building tonight. And wait a minute! That's Kasia Soto! That's Kasia Soto! What the hell? What is going on here on Monday Night Raw? Kasia Soto is here! Well, ladies and gentlemen, I said it earlier, it'll be Cedric Alexander going one-on-one with Elias. The winner faces Braun Strowman for the IC title. And it's next week on Monday Night Raw, as well as on SmackDown. Becky Lynch makes her return following her impulse outburst against the women's champion Charlotte Flair during their match at Survivor Series. It's a big, big week coming ahead of you here on SmackDown, as well as Monday Night Raw. We're going to finish the night strong. Well, with one of the strongest men in the world, one of the largest athletes in the world as well. The heavy for the Bullet Club, The Big Show. And the Big Show, you see on his right arm, the Bullet Club apparel, the Finn Balor apparel, the Balor Club armband that is on the arm of the Big Show. And Big Show, he helped Finn Balor, he helped Luke Gallows, he helped Carl Anderson beat the Shield last night. He knocked out Roman Reigns, and you know Roman Reigns, he's wanting to get his vengeance on Big Show, as well as Finn Balor for what he did to Dean Ambrose. What he did to Roman Reigns' brother last night at the Survivor Series. I'm sorry, Rick. Please don't find me. But as we get set for this one-on-one contest between the Big Show and Roman Reigns, and the big dog is in the building. And Roman Reigns, he sure as hell had a change of heart recently. He was all about being the star. He was all about being on top. Didn't care about anybody else but himself and the Universal Championship. And now he's shown some heart. He's shown that he actually cares about his brothers. He helped Dean Ambrose and Roman. Once again, I'm sorry. He helped his brothers out when the Bullet Club's doors were closing in on him. Now Roman Reigns, he gets the opportunity to fight for his brothers' honor. If he beats the Big Show, he's in the World Championship match at Clash of the Champions. And know, a Clash of the Champions, every sanctioned WWE Championship is defended. As Roman Reigns makes his way to the ring, Roman Reigns sure as hell knows what it's like to be a champion. He was Universal Champion here on the red brand. He beat Finn Balor, in fact. He beat him at WrestleMania. He beat Demon Finn Balor at WrestleMania. Did Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns is only one of the few people to have beaten Demon Finn Balor. And Roman Reigns is going to take that accolade to heart as we get set for this monumental, this big match here on Monday Night Raw. Roman Reigns takes on The Big Show. In the main event here, as we get set, the standoff between Show. Roman Reigns whiffs that one, but the Big Show now with the rights and the lefts. Big Show with the rights and the left hands has Roman Reigns up. Oh, fine. You know, immediately out of the gate, this match was going to be physical. This match was going to be power-driven. As Big Show, he just tossed Roman Reigns over his shoulder and try to go for that hip attack. And now Roman Reigns brought the Big Show down. He brought the Big Show down with that strong punch to the jaw. And now Reigns clothesline, but no. Show is still on his feet. The immovable object in the Big Show. Clothesline after clothesline after clothesline. And it brings him down finally. And now Big Show has to take a breather. And Roman Reigns is saying, you want some? Come and get some. As Big Show now has to be careful in this match. If he loses this match, and there goes Big Show over the top rope again. And this time Roman Reigns follows him. And like I said, if Big Show loses this match, well, Roman Reigns has the World Heavyweight title match at Clash of the Champions. Reigns lifted him up. And a kick to the face, boot right to the skull of the Big Show. Big Show now in real big trouble, sends it back into the ring, does Roman Reigns. And now Reigns. Oh, what a right hand. Another right by Reigns. Another right by Reigns. Another right. Several rights, but wait. Big Show with the receipt and the chop followed by the headbutt. And last time we seen Big Show in a wrestling ring was, well, when he broke the ring with Braun Strowman months ago. And Big Show, just throwing Roman Reigns across the ring with that, slam, and again, knee to the ribcage of Reigns. And look, just standing on him. Just the disrespect of the Big Show. I wouldn't want the Big Show to stand on me because the guy is 400 pounds. But now Roman still fighting back. He's whiffing his strikes. He's missing wildly, striking wildly. And Big Show is taking advantage of every single strike. Every single miss. And now Roman Reigns again. Reigns again with the strikes. And it's going to be a strike battle. And wait a minute. Roman Reigns. The strength of Roman Reigns. What a powerbomb by Roman. And a kick out by the Big Show. Holy hell. What a powerbomb by Roman Reigns. And Roman Reigns has to get in the corner. He has to take a breather following that one, because that was definitely a feat of strength. Belly to belly suplex to the Big Show. Big Show now definitely has to take a breather, especially after that powerbomb. But a huge right hand by the Big Show, and you do not want to get caught in the Big Show's eyesight with the knockout. As Show lateral press on Reigns and a kick out. Hook the leg. As now Big Show. And another clubbing. Another club to the chest of Roman Reigns. Another club to the chest as Big Show just wrenching away at Roman Reigns. Wrenching away. Elbows by Roman. Like I said, if Roman wins this match, he's in the World Heavyweight Championship match against Finn Balor at Clash of Champions. And wait a minute. Oh my God! Roman Reigns just throwing the Big Show across the ring like he's a piece of paper, and now has him up on his shoulders again. Power bomb, lifts him up. Can he do it? Yes, he can. And this guy, Roman Reigns, is on fire. Reigns has proven to you why he should be in the World Heavyweight Championship match. And a clothesline by the Big Show. Big Show is still fighting. He's still fighting for the Bullet Club here. As Roman Reigns was knocked down. Oh, try to go for the shoulder, the big elbow. Big back elbow to the skull of Big Show. European uppercut, catches Big Show on the jaw. Try to go for the Luthez. Big Show, oh, throws him to the corner. Oh my God, try to go for it. Nobody home, and now Roman Reigns gonna take advantage. He has to take advantage. And now Reigns, wait a minute, Roman Reigns over the top. Roman Reigns over the top rope. He leaps on top of the Big Show. He leapt on top of the Big Show. And now Roman is calling for it. Roman Reigns is trying to finish it. But wait a minute, Big Show, what a counter. What a counter. Gut-wrench suplex takes down Roman Reigns. And now Big Show, oh, using his weight as a weapon. Could have crushed the spine there. As Big Show puts him in the corner again. And no. Oh my God. I would not be caught on the receiving end of that. I do not envy Roman Reigns in the slightest. After that chop to the chest. And Roman Reigns is somewhat guarded, somewhat protected with that vest, but I wouldn't count on it. As Big Show drops Reigns' skull right into the mat, right into the turnbuckle. And missing the right hand to the Big Show. And now here comes Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns with a flurry of strikes. Trying to chop the big man down. And that's exactly what he's going to do. Reigns throws him over the top. My God. And Reigns. Oh my God. Spear through the middle rope. Taking down the Big Show. Anything it takes. Anything it takes to be in the running for the world title. As Roman now trying to catch Big Show up, brings Big Show back into the ring. Big Show now. I don't even know if he's coherent anymore. Might have just broke a rib. As now Reigns traps him into the corner. The repeated clotheslines, followed by a big one. And Roman Reigns is on fire here in Royal Oak. Will Roman Reigns face Finn Balor for the World Heavyweight Championship at Clash of the Champions in a clothesline? And now Roman Reigns getting fired up here. And Reigns, he's cocking the gun. He's cocking it up. Oh, with a Superman punch. Superman punch. And Roman Reigns now saying, is that all you got? Big Show. Big Show getting back up. Big Show's back up. And Big Show, he was hit with a Superman punch. And all the strength of Roman Reigns. The strength of Roman Reigns. And he's not going to allow the big man to take a breather. Going to continue to blow the stamina out of Big Show. And now Reigns is looking for it. He's looking for it. Show's on his feet. Spear. Wait a minute. What the hell? Finn Balor. He just slapped the Big Show. It's a DQ. And now come on. Roman Reigns is not going to Clash of the Champions because he lost by a DQ. He lost because of disqualification. And Finn Balor, he saves that match against Roman Reigns. He's safe from it. He slapped the Big Show, and now Big Show, he's going to hammer away on Roman Reigns. And look at this, Balor. Look at this. Finn Balor, always the coward. Oh, and the enziguri. Enziguri, oh my God. Knockout punch. And this is what the Bullet Club is all about. It's what it's all about. Balor on the top rope. Coup de grace. Well, Roman Reigns loses this match because of a DQ, because of what Finn Balor caused. He intentionally slapped the Big Show right in his face, causing a DQ, causing Big Show to win, and there goes Roman. But wait a minute! Here comes Seth Rollins! Here comes Seth! Oh, chair to the gut of the Big Show! Chair to the gut of the Big Show! And Finn Balor realizes that Seth has the equalizer. And now Seth Rollins now. Curb stomp! Drilled the big man's big head into the mat. And you see Finn Balor just looking on. Balor's just looking on, and Seth Rollins again. Second curb stomp drills Big Show's head into the mat. And Finn Balor is getting the hell out of Dodge. The world champion getting the hell out of Dodge as Roman Reigns gonna do something he didn't get to do in the match, in the main event. Spear to the Big Show. Spear to Big Show. Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins stand tall. They stand tall at the chagrin of the World Heavyweight Champion, Finn Balor. Ladies and gentlemen, we're out of time.